Hey Facebook, how's everybody doing? Happy Friday. I am giving it a few seconds to let you guys know I'm on. I am going to share with you some meal prep tips, but more so a little bit about mindset that you have to have when it comes to meal prepping. And the reason why I say that is because anything that you do in your life or anything that you plan to accomplish has to have a plan and a vision and steps and things like that, and that starts with your mindset, okay? That starts with how you're going to prepare. So your lifestyle, if you're making this a lifestyle, you're making living a healthy life, your lifestyle, then you have to start prepping your environment for that. Okay, you have to start making sure that when you look around your kitchen, when you look around your house and your pantry and your refrigerator and your countertops, that what you see in front of you resonates with what it is exactly that you're trying to do. Because if you're going to be keeping cookies and chips and soda and things around your house that tempt you, that are triggers for you, you're only setting yourself up to fail. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to make your house completely, you have to detox your house of anything that is going to trigger you, because as soon as you see it, you're going to want it, you're going to eat it, you're going to do it. So you're going to start your meal prep whatever day it is, okay? You've got to pick a day that's specifically priority for when you're going to meal prep. If you're just winging it and every week you're just like, I'll meal prep, I'll make some stuff and whatever, those are the kind of results that you have. The things that you do are going to give you the results that you get, okay? So if you're half-assing it, you're going to have half-ass results, okay? So you have to, if you're going to do this and you're deciding that you want to lose weight and be healthy and have a good lifestyle and feel good and have energy and all of these things, you first have to decide that, okay? Where does this fit into my schedule, and make it a priority. So picking a day, picking a time when you're going to go shopping every week. Maybe you're not prepping for 5 days. Maybe that's too much for you. If it seems overwhelming, do it for 2 or 3 days, but have a day where you're saying, this is a day I'm going shopping, and then I'm coming home, and then I'm prepping it. Believe me, it's worth every second. 2-3 hours in the kitchen now will yield you so many more hours during the week, okay? And that's the goal of everything in your life. You should be trying to condense all of your tasks into one small time so that everything else, it opens up time for everything else. So you're making, what is that plan? Okay, when you're going, you're getting your food. What do you need first? Obviously, before you do that, you have to know what you're making for the week. You have to or the few days. So you make your list, you have your recipes, and you see exactly what you need. Maybe you're in my group and you have recipes. Google, you have cookbooks. There are many places that you can get recipes. So it doesn't come down to, well, I don't know what to cook. That's a cop-out. There's a million ways that you can find out how to cook. I was never a cook, turned out to be a cook, and I learned over time because I just kept doing it, okay, and following recipes and learning my own thing. And a lot of you, I think, kind of that's how we learned to cook. We didn't just wake up and be like, great at it, So you have to decide, what do I kind of want to eat this week? Then you got to make your list. So I've got my list here. I got a few things on there, and I split it up. I was never this organized. I can guarantee you I was never this organized. I don't know what happened to me. Actually, personal development happened to me. But I have salad, stovetop, and oven. Okay, so what happens when you write it down, you're seeing it in front of you, and this is with everything in your life, you have a clear path. You have a target. Your brain knows what to do. It's not just in your head like, I think I'll pull together a soup, and I'll pull together this, because then what happens? It stays in your mind, and you're not doing it. You're just saying you're going to do it, but you don't actually do it. So when you put it down somewhere where you can see it, it reminds you, it tells you, like, you've got to stay on track. So you have that, you have your list, now you have everything that you need. You go through your refrigerator and you make sure, your cabinets, everything, and you see, what do you have already that you don't need, okay? That's, a lot of people think eating healthier is going to be that you're going to spend more money. You're actually spending less money because you're planning everything, all the money that you're spending, you're planning, you're doing it efficiently, you know exactly what's being eaten, what's not, and you kind of learn. I've thrown out a lot of food, unfortunately. When I first started, I would overcook, I would undercook, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to figure out the portions and all of that. So if you have big families and all that, it's just trial and error. Start with yourself first and then work your way to other things. So you go through, you find out what you don't need. Your environment, like I said, I went shopping today, and this is pretty much what's going to go down right now. I'm going to make everything that's on there. And again, when I opened up my refrigerator, it's a reminder, this is the lifestyle that I'm living. There's colors, there's alive foods, there's real foods, there's nothing processed, there's nothing that, was already pre-cooked for me and has chemicals and has preservatives, and it just feels good. It feels good when I open up my refrigerator and I see things that are going to keep me on my path. So if you do have, let's say, family members that aren't on the path with you yet, okay, because they will be once they see how great you're feeling and everything, sort of section off aside for all of their garbage, right? Like, okay, this is your stuff that you're eating, and you tell your brain, that is not for me. That is for them until they come around. And everything else is for me. Same thing in your cabinets and things like that. If you have family members that have their cookies and all that and they won't stop, get it out of your sight. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, so if your brain doesn't see it, it's not going to trigger for you to start eating it. So even everywhere around my kitchen, there's colors, there's fruit, there's things that remind me that this is the lifestyle I'm choosing, and so I have to make these choices to be able to do that. If you're just winging it, if you're just from week to week saying, oh yeah, this week I think I'm going to eat healthy, I think I'll make a few good choices, you do that and then you go right back to the way that you were. One, why? Because you didn't create a plan for yourself. You're winging it. Every week you're winging it. You're saying you're going to try it. You're saying you're going to do it. You do it for 2-3 days. But in the back of your mind, you don't think it's possible. You think it takes too much energy. It's too much work. It's just easier. It's easier to stop at the drive-thru on the way home. It's easier to call up the Chinese food place and the pizza place and say, hey, just get me some food there. But every time you're doing that, you're declaring for yourself that you are not in the process of getting healthier or doing anything to get better. You want it, but you're not doing it. So your actions have to align with the things that you're saying that you want. And that means making priorities. That means making a day when you're going to meal prep. That means setting up your area in a way that if that was how you were living your life, where you're living a healthier lifestyle, that's what you would have around. Okay, so when you come to my house, if there's some things here that I can maybe give you for treats. I mean, I buy different kinds of things. We buy these date things with the nuts. Who buys these from BJ's? Jolanta, do you get these? These are so good. These are really good. And you don't feel really bad eating them. And then I have my fruits and veggies, and I had nuts and things like that. So there's things that you can buy that are still snacks, but now you're rewiring your brain. Every time you look at those things, that's my snack, not the cookies, not the ice cream, not all these things, because it's not in your face. If it's constantly in your face, you're going to be constantly doing that. You're going to constantly grab that. Okay, so you have to change the way you're looking at things. You have to change your space, your area, the choices and the behaviors that you're doing every single day have to line up with what it is that you're saying you want, even when you really don't want to. I don't want to cook right now and sit here and have my whole countertop full of stuff and be on my feet for the next 3-4 hours, but then I remember why I do this. I want to have energy. I want to be healthy. I want to eventually have a healthy baby. I want to feel good. I want to have all of the things that life has to offer, and I remind myself of those things, and I say, and I look around and I see proof that that's what I want by the things that I bought, and then I just do it. And while I'm doing it, I'm doing things that I enjoy. I have music on, or I have personal development on, or I'm taking myself and my brain to a place where this is a fun thing and I enjoy this. And then once I'm there, it's not so hard, and it's super nice when you can go the rest of the week or go a few days and, one, save money because you're not buying stuff outside, and 2, be able to grab it. You know what? I'm hungry. Go in to grab and know that it's healthy. Know that you made it. Know what's in your food. Know that you, and that's a great feeling if you really allow yourself to digest that. I didn't mean to do that. But digest that. I've done this. I've taken the time to take care of myself, and that builds you up more. And the more that you do it, and the time that you take to do it, and the time that you start to invest in yourself, and you start to see results, and you start to feel good, you're automatically going to be pulled to that. It's going to pull you to keep on doing that. But you've got to first start with a very strong reason why you're doing this. Not just you want to lose a few pounds, not just you like to look good in a bikini. Okay, what is your deep-rooted why? Are you trying to have kids? Are you trying to, do you want a healthy pregnancy? Do you have kids already and you want to get back to feeling healthy so you're not always tired every time, and you're not always agitated and grabbing the things that, are your cravings and making you more crazy and jittery hurry and jumping? Do you want to be someone who shows an example to your children of what it means to put yourself first and take care of yourself? Are you a pre-mommy? Go deeper than I just want to lose 5 pounds. I just want to lose 10 pounds. So, and then create your plan. Have your plan on paper. Have it on a calendar. This is when I'm meal prepped. I used to meal prep on Sundays. I've changed it to Fridays. You can always move it around. Move it around to where your life is. Some weeks are going to be crazier than the other, but don't let it drop out of being a priority because other things are happening, right? There are some weeks where I'm okay and I'm not having a lot of things to do, and so it works out fine. There's some days where things get thrown in. I move stuff around, and you have to start living your life in that way where you're deciding what your priorities are. For me, it's my fitness, my health, helping other people to get that. And if that's yours too, and to feel better than you are, then you have to put it at the top of your list first before everything else. Okay, so I hope that this kind of helps. If I do have my clean eating group on Monday starting tonight, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to go over, we have a video series. I'm going to go over cravings. I'm going to go over ingredient labels, a little bit of mindset, things like that. I'll share what I'm making in there with my recipes. If you want to take it to the next level and you really want to work on your mindset and you want to have a specific nutrition plan for yourself and you want to have a workout plan for yourself to know what to do, and you want me to help you to keep you on track and give you the tools that you need to do that, keep your mind in the game, keep you motivated, make this something that becomes a lifestyle and not just something you do for a little bit and then fall off and go back to the way you were. So if that interests you, then comment below that you're interested. We'll get a message going, either my free group or my regular group that's a little bit more in depth, and then we'll start meal prepping together. So have a great Friday, guys. Love you all. Bye.